Well, it looks like the MAGA nuts are finally getting it. hmm Before we get into it, hey everybody, and my name is Tabitha. Welcome to Tabitha Speaks Politics. If you've come across this video and are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 500,000 subscribers, so do your girl a favor. Yes, the MAGA nuts are finally getting it. They are finally getting that China is not going to pay for the tariffs. These companies are not going to pay for the tariffs. And do you know why they are finally getting it? It's because they're getting invoices or receipts or looking to order stuff. And on that final notice before you pay, it lists out the taxes. And on that receipt or on the computer screen, it's telling them that a tariff charge is included. I've got this news article from BuzzFeed where they have gone on different social media sites and have collected a number of posts made by people who are shocked that they are going to be responsible for the tariffs. The article is titled, "It's Real, Y'all. People are sharing their tariffs receipts and my wallet is not ready for what's coming." I will put a link to this article down in the description box because we won't go through them all, but we'll go through a few of them just so you can get a feel for what these people are now thinking out there on social media. This first post looks like from somebody that's under the username of WiseCam, and it's number one on the list. As Trump's tariffs have gone into effect, businesses like Wise have started sharing what these new import charges look like in practice. And so WiseCam posts, "Just got our first tariff bill. We imported $167,000 worth of floodlights and then paid $255,000 in tariffs. That's more than any of our founders were paid last year." Yeah. Wise went on to share a copy of the invoice where you can see right here where the order total is $167,215. And then over here, up here, that's a duty tax. That's a duty tax. And then some other type of tax. $255,002.88, an additional $579.23 for a grand total of $255,582.11. And that is what they paid on an order of products for 167K. Going down to number two, they're not the only ones. Another small business owner went viral on X for sharing the $2,885 import duty, aka tariff charge, on a shipment of less than $2,000 worth of equipment. Now, this was posted, like it said, over on X by Glitch Tech. Okay. And so they purchased $2,000 worth of equipment, and the equipment was shipped by DHL. This looks very familiar to me because this is what I got. But it didn't have a price on it because they wanted me to prove who I was first, prove that I was a United States citizen. And remember, I told you I had to send a copy of the invoice to prove what was in the package. All of this is familiar. I never got to this portion of dealing with DHL. Okay. All of this is familiar. Okay. So the import duty due on your shipment, the amount is $2,885.29. So I never made it to the next step because first they wanted me to prove who I was. They wanted me to provide a copy of an invoice. And then after all of that had passed the test, then I would have gotten this because I had been on the phone with DHL. I'm like, so when's the next step? How long before I get my package? Well, once you prove who you are and we see what's in the package and how much you paid for it, you'll get another email. And if you are below the $800 threshold, you will either just get the package delivered to you, or you'll get another email telling you how much you owe in tariff charges, i.e., import duty. So yeah, they made a purchase of $2,000 and they had to pay a tariff charge of $2,885. Number three, and this business owner showed the jaw-dropping price difference between shipping her supplies to Canada versus shipping the supplies to the United States. Genuine small business question, she writes. Has anyone found a good website for suppliers outside of ones affected by the tariffs? My business is a Japanese craft store. Almost all of my supplies are coming from China. Picture number one is shipped is okay, there's a typo here. Picture number one is if I ship my inventory to Canada, to a Canada address. Picture two is if I shipped my inventory to my business address, which I'm guessing is in the United States. And so she's got both screenshots here. If she ships it to Canada, here are the additional charges. $279, I believe. Wait, this is US. This is US. And this is what she would owe. If she ships it by way of Canada or vice versa, she's got a shipping fee of $619.99. I'm gathering shipping here is different than shipping here. So on top of that shipping fee, she's got additional charges of $1,806.15. And this is the grand total between the two. I believe it goes down to explain further. Okay, so yes, this is Canada right here. So the subtotal would be $1,180.54. Shipping fee $279.05. This is what would be her total. And what a lot of these companies are doing, they are rolling that tariff charge either into the price of the item, or they're rolling it into shipping charges, not showing specifically a duty tax or tariff charge. You get what I'm saying? And so this would be her total. Okay? That would be her total. If she goes by way of the United States, this would be her total. Additional charges plus the shipping fee. Oh, they're getting, their eyes are opening up now. Speaking of Canada, our neighbors to the north have started adding a T symbol on grocery store price labels for imported items that come with a tariff charge. So Melanie over in Canada posted this. Not sure if this has been implemented in all superstores. I'm guessing that's a grocery store up in Canada. Yeah, but there is a T and a black triangle on the price tag for items now that have a tariff charge added. So I'm guessing they get their orange juice from the United States. And remember, the United States put a tariff charge on on Canada. So for this orange juice, $8.72. For this orange juice, $13.54. And this right here is the T with the triangle she's talking about. Mhm. Five, people are still sharing examples of tariff charges on cheap goods from Temu. And these are the MAGA nut hats, Temu MAGA hats with tariffs. So you could get this hat for $6.32, or you could get this hat for $8.26. And then it talks about standard shipping and all of that stuff, right? Your item total comes to $50.67. Now we know 8 plus 6 don't equal $50. Okay? And then they give you a discount of $36. Okay? And then your subtotal comes to $14.58. Okay? And then here's your import charges, $20.53. So on a $14 purchase, you're paying an additional $20.53 to get it shipped to you, making your total $35. That's an order from Temu. And higher priced goods like suits manufactured in China for this Canadian company are starting to show tariff charges. Okay. So I'm guessing this Canadian company, this guy or who he is, the business owner or whatever, or this company that's in Canada and this person is in the United States, they order these suits from this company in Canada, Spear and McKay. The product cost is $524. The tariff charge is $890. What the fuck? That's what he want to say. I guess he ain't getting these suits, right? So he ordered two suits, two items. See that right there? Subtotal $523.60. He even got a discount of $92. Tariff charge $890, which brings his total to $1,400. Moving on. I guess he didn't hit submit or purchase, or I guess he didn't put in his credit card number. Some businesses aren't clearly showing a tariff charge. Remember, I told you they don't want to get on Donald Trump's hit list, and instead seem to have opted to roll tariff costs into their shipping fees. Okay, so this person says paying $540 in shipping, aka tariffs, for a $260 dress. So the dress itself, right here, $261. That's the cost of the dress. Here's your subtotal. And then shipping, $542.47. So instead of having a separate line that says tariff charges or duty tax or import duty tax, they just put it all into shipping, $542, making the cost of a $261 dress $803. These businesses aren't absorbing these costs. These countries are not absorbing these costs. These costs are being passed on to these customers. 8. Sadly, some brands like this lingerie company have decided to pause shipping items to the US due to the tariffs. So some companies say, I'm sorry, y'all, the cost, these tariff charges, these tariff fees, and because Donald Trump can't make up his mind, because one day it's 145%, another day it could be 80%, the next day it could be 10%. We don't know which way is up, but we know that whatever is being charged, it's ridiculous and it's not even worth it for us to ship to the United States. Never heard of this company. Understands it's a lingerie company, and they sent this out to their U.S. customers. We received many messages asking when we'll reopen U.S. shipping. We wish we had better news, but for now, U.S. shipping will remain paused. We'll update you as soon as possible. As of May 5th, here's where things stand. With the removal of the de minimis, all tariffs will apply. This means 145% introduced on April 11th, plus 17% commodities equals 162%. In addition, that they will charge you in, in, in addition to whatever the cost of the item is. And they break it down for you. If a bra's tag price is $59, we will then be required to collect an additional $95.58 from you and remit this to the border agency, making the total $154.58. Given the lack of clarity around tariff collection and refund procedures, they don't know. You may not like what you got and you may want to return it for a refund. And then they got to figure out how much tariffs and the additional commodities, and they don't know. And because Donald Trump is always changing his mind, It could be one price today and another price tomorrow. It's a big headache. It's a big headache. So they say, given the lack of clarity around tariff collection and refund procedures, we cannot be certain that you won't face unexpected charges, because though that 145% and that 17%, that can increase. It could increase. And then you decide in the time that you've decided that you're gonna return this product, the price, the percentages could have increased, which reduces how much money you get back. It's a headache. It's a headache. And the last one, 9, even used items that are imported can incur tariff fees. This Reddit user wrote, a couple of weeks ago, I bought a pre-owned Louis Vuitton wallet from a Japanese seller. The item shipped from Japan. I paid $80 for the wallet, plus a U.S. sales tax of $116.91. I'm sure that sales tax includes a tariff charge. I just got a notice from DHL that my tariff fees are $83.10. Okay. I'm guessing here that because the seller didn't specifically say that they were including in that $116 that this was a tariff fee, DHL don't know that that $116 includes the tariff fee because it's coded as sales tax. And so now DHL is like, this is how much you pay, and this is what we need to collect from you if you want this wallet. Here's the breakdown. Here's the breakdown. Here's the breakdown. This is how much, in addition, this is that additional $83 from DHL. Okay? Okay. And it goes on. There's more. This woman ordered Mother's Day flowers for her mom. There's a tariff charge included in that. Okay? $149 plus the $9 temporary tariff fee. Okay, go down here. It's also impacting healthcare. This person's dentist is now including tariff charges on their bills because a lot of their supplies come from overseas. Okay, you can go on and on and on. It's affecting a lot of brides because their bridal gowns are coming from overseas and there's charges, tariff charges for that. So, yeah, MAGA's not happy. MAGA's not happy. And I love this for them. Absolutely love this for them. I'm sorry for the rest of us who voted the right way and are now being affected by this nonsense. We knew what this could mean. And them dumbasses believed Donald Trump. That man has lied and lied and lied and lied. And they believed it. And now this is what's happening. This is what's happening. So at this point, all we can do is weather the storm. We are in the storm now. We did our best. So all of my supporters, I know we all did our best. I did my best to educate people, but they were more focused on voting that man into office so they can own the libs. Remember that guy, that business owner? I shared that. I'll link that video in the description box so y'all can check it out. There was this business owner over there on X. He posted last year, May 2024, that he was voting for Donald Trump. He was voting for Donald Trump to own the libs. And now this year, he's crying. He's crying because his business is now being affected because of those tariff charges. And he's whining, talking about the larger corporations. They have the funding to absorb some of these taxes. They're not absorbing these tariff charges. They're passing the tariff charges on to the consumer. So they're not worried. They're not worried. So yeah, they'll have the money up front to order what it is that they need, and then they're just going to charge the consumer on the back end. That's what they're going to do. You, on the other hand, you don't have a fat bank account like these corporations do, small business owners. No, you have to penny pinch, you have to budget, you have to plan accordingly, right? Yeah. You can order $1,000 worth of equipment, and then to have to pay those additional tariff costs, that can hurt you dramatically on $1,000 purchase. Yeah, your business is going is coming to an end. But hey, you own the libs, right?